we got the gazelle. Let's talk about it. So interestingly enough, gazelle energy, well, like all things, has a light and a shadow energy. The shadow energy of gazelle is fear, just absolute fear and panic. The reason its ears are so big is because of its biological imperative to hear danger far, far, far off and reroute its course as necessary. But the light side of gazelle is that it's able to be so generous and available and rooted in its own sort of autonomy at any given point in time, which links it directly to a 9 of Pentacles energy, which talks about that's the key of the entrepreneur, of the independently successful person, right? So it's really interesting how this is coming up in terms of, timing, placement, and focus. Back to that mouse here. But I feel like this is going to be a choice. I feel like you're going to be in a position, by the way, the collective energy this month, it's intense. We've got Mercury in retrograde. We've got Venus in retrograde. That's going to affect our communication skills, how we see things, and the way things happen. I do feel like a lot of this is a choice around how we choose to interact with the energies at play. And a lot of how a given retrograde cycle goes for us is what we choose to do within it. It's all about choices. It's not about the fact that our computer goes a bit wonky. It's how we respond to that and not react. There's some people who really whip themselves into these frenzies during these retrogrades. Like, it's retrograde. I'm going to, everything's happening to me. And it's that kind of like, that was a lot. It's kind of like this reaction that keeps feeding itself, where it's like this whipping into this frenzy. And it's a bit like, no, let's just be the mouse and just kind of observe and let things kind of play out and let's see how this is going to play out and land. I'm feeling to take kind of the position of kind of like the observer during this month, and that's going to suit you very well. I feel like there's a lot of drama or stuff that can just pass you right on by if you choose to kind of take a back seat and observe and be the mouse about it, which is interesting. Okay. Let's see what's going on for Taurus. Oh, we got the 10 of Cups here. This is complete emotional fulfillment. It's happy family. It's fidelity. It's all the good stuff. So what I'm getting here with this is for you this month, if you're focused, because remember all the retrogrades and the Venus in retrogradeness, if your focus is on what truly makes you happy, your support unit, right? Whether this is your family, your friend group, your love, whatever that is, the more that you can focus and derive your strength, right, and purpose from your emotional relationships around you that serve, support you, and are reciprocal in nature, the better. The key, your medicine, your foundation point is the relationships in your life that are working and give you all of the kind of support and energy and inspiration that you need. This is really great. This is really great because what's really interesting about that as well, when we talk about where we place our focus or our perspective, right? When we focus on what is working, this has been coming up a lot in these readings. When we focus on what is working, that breeds, a like energy. Let's be grateful for what we have, what is, going on that's well. And then that attracts a like energy. So it's really about, you guys have got the key around. If I place my focus on what I do have to be grateful for, which is a strong emotional base or, a supportive base there, then, the fear that may come along, kind of the whoopsies moments that come along this month or the rearrangements can be met through a healthy perspective of, but this other thing is really working and I can be grateful for that. And I can sort of withstand any storm because of it, right? All right, what's going on? So we got the Knight of Wands here. Really, really fascinating here because this Knight of Wands is standing still with this ostrich here. So Knight of Wands, it's interesting because we're talking about, reaction versus response. And the Knight of Wands is all reaction, highly reactionary, right? He doesn't necessarily take the time to think something through. He just feels something and then really goes for it. But then we have him in this position of staying still long enough to see his shadow and really glean all of the information available to him. So again, the timing here is such a major theme, within your energy this month. The gazelle is equated to fire energy as well, which is really interesting, which ties into, transformation. Let's see what else is going on. And more fire with the Page of Wands. So, okay. What's really interesting about this is that I really love the Page of Wands. The reason being that the Page of Wands is all about courage, about boldness, and around trying new things, right? You know, the fact that the Page of Wands is coming up here in its youngest form, because this is a beginner's energy, I'm really getting tied back to this gazelle, this entrepreneur, this independent success. I feel like seeing how things play out and picking and choosing your moments while supported through your emotional core so that you feel all right while doing so is going to lead to some really exciting new possibilities, new opportunities, learning something new, joining a new group or class or something to do with something that you're passionate about, interested in, or at least curious about. Feels really positive. Let's hit some clarifiers. I keep shaking the camera. Okay. Clarifier for 10 of Cups. Let's see what's going on. Yay! More wands. So we have the 4 of Wands to clarify the 10 of Cups, which is this duo together is like, you know, what more could you really need? And remember, this is in the primary position. This is how you're going in here. The 4 of Wands is, it's 11-11. It's happy home. It's celebration. It's joy. It's good time. Look at them having a good time, right? I feel like the strength, the happiness, the joy, the power for you this month, it's like your touchstone. Like I'm seeing a phone that's being charged, like connected to a charger. Your charger this month is your home base or the people in your life that feel like home to you. So focus on those. Give good time to those relationships. Ooh, I love that. 10 of Cups and 4 of Wands together. Hello. Okay. I feel like there's a group of you guys that are going to be taking a chance on something new because I feel like there's a certain point of an aspect of deriving strength from, look at this little cat looking like it's looking at the mouse from our meditation. Is that mouse going to come out far enough so I can play with it? You know, when I feel like this energy around taking a chance on something new, starting a new venture or taking a risk, like a calculated risk around something and going, is this the right time for this? How would this work? What are the details? I feel like it's clicking back into the gazelle energy here with the 9 of Pentacles. And when your emotional base, when your relationship base is sturdy and strong, that can really empower us to take those risks and embrace those new opportunities and try something outside of our comfort zone, because the Page of Wands is about going outside of your comfort zone as well. So I do really feel like there's something to that about, you know, you having that strength of foundation by which to go and take a risk. You know how they say true love is freedom? I'm feeling that. True love is freedom. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Ooh, yes! To clarify, the Knight of Wands is the world. Happy, successful completion. You guys are depicted here as well, being the fixed signs that you are. You guys are the buck right here. Beautiful Taurus energy. You know, it's fascinating with the world here to clarify the Knight of Wands. We're talking about, you know, successful completion. We're talking about this Knight of Wands, which is very traditionally reactive, but this is, in this context, is really taking its time to figure out its highest and best moment. Your success, your victory is in your timing and choosing your moments this month. Choosing your moments. Keep hearing it. There could be another fixed sign in your atmosphere that's directly related to this new opportunity or this emotional support system that plays a primary role in these experiences. Could even be someone related to this 9 of Pentacles venture of trying something new or work advancement or something, a new work, something new around that. Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or a fellow Taurus. I feel like those signs are, there's someone or someone's directly involved with the energy this month that is coming through around that. All right, Page of Wands. Page of Wands. King of Swords, the King of Discernment. I really, really like it. So The King of Swords, I mean, he's brilliant, right? It's more the King of Wands. It's about timing, but King of Swords is very much about understanding what's in your highest and best good and what's actually going to pay off. So the fact that he is clarifying the Page of Wands here, and we're talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone, trying a new venture, putting yourself out there, right? With the King of Swords shows that your judgment regarding this in particular has the potential to be on point if you do choose to assume the King of Swords position, right? Which is all about objectivity. So if you can marry together objectivity, remember the mouse about the way that you see things, attention to detail. If you can marry in the subway platform, subways move very quickly and you're choosing your time on what train to get on and which to pass by. Okay. If you marry objectivity, right, with a healthy risk assessment, blend it in with a little bit of courage and going outside of your comfort zone, this can lead to some really exciting developments going beyond this month for you that I feel like are directly related. Because remember, the wands, they do rule the realm, yeah, of the actions that you do or don't take, but they also have to do with what you're passionate about, and particularly your work that you do. The Pentacles about work and career and finance, but the Wands are about the work that you do that you love to do, that you would love to be paid for, but would do it even if you weren't paid for it, right? That's the Wands. And this coming up with the King of Swords, I'm hearing benefactor. Because also with the air energy here, and then we have the Aquarius energy here with the world, you know, I'm hearing there could be someone in your atmosphere who comes in or can act as a benefactor around this new development or new opportunity that's coming through for you. It's interesting. There could even be someone, this could even be someone sitting into their King of Swords energy who comes in and just gives you really good advice or helps you to see something in a new way or see a solution around something or around the timing or planning of something. Like, hey, why don't you apply for this grant? I just heard about it. Or, hey, why don't you, go look at this new place that's way outside of where you ever thought you wanted to live, but it has A, B, and C. It has good schools. It has this lake. It has someone really coming in and going, hey, what about this? Have you thought about this? Right? It really feels like someone in your atmosphere. And of course, that can always be you connecting with your intuition through meditation and guidance to go, oh my God, I'm getting clarity through that stillness. But it is directly related to something that's either outside of your comfort zone, excites you, and around the work that you love to do, or a new passion project. So it's a beginning that is a calculated assessment of risk. Let's go ahead and get Oracle for y'all for Taurus with that strong emotional base coming in here. You can even be doing something with your family in mind or your emotional core in mind as well. Oh, I love this so much. She's one of my favorites. So we have the Altar Priestess, and this says preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Remember how we're talking about timing, choosing your moments, your focus, right? And the Altar Priestess is very much about setting a strong intention and manifesting it. So what's interesting about this is I saw that infinity symbol, right? Which is related to the Strength key, but also we first see it on the Magician key, which is all about manifesting your own reality when thought and desire come together and work in tandem in order to bring into actualization or physical manifestation what it is you really, really want, with the thought married in of something you've actually thought through as well. So it's really brilliant. I feel like this month for you is really about getting excited, right? It doesn't feel like it's the time to run off into the distance yet with whatever this is, or these opportunities or ideas that arise, but it feels like a really happy percolation. Remember the mouse just going, let me see how this plays out. Let me see how this comes in. Let me just apply for this. Let me just respond to this. Let me just post this. Let me just get in touch with this person. Let me just research this, right? And then seeing how things kind of play out, as it were, right? The Altar Priestess is a very, very, very powerful energy. And I'm also hearing as well, one of my absolute favorite RuPaul quotes, which is, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And that's what this is about. It's very much about the readiness, seeing how things play out, choosing your moment. And then I feel like after this, it's just going to be about boom, wow, It's like fortune, it's fortune favors the bold, but what's that quote about? Well, it's kind of like an Eight of Pentacles energy that says hard work meeting up with talent equals perfect timing. So I feel like there's something in that for you as well. But it really is about following those nudges, following those points of inspiration and go, okay, let me just see where this goes. Let me follow this thread of thought. Let me follow this and talk it over with my support system and really kind of like see what the opportunities are, what the happy potential is around some of the stuff that's percolating for this month. And then also, you know, being reminded that a lot of this energy with the retrogrades is so much about what you choose to respond to and not react towards during it as well. And it feels like a really, really, really positive spin on that for you guys, and that you are in a position that you have the power and authority through your emotional core to make informed positions, choose your moments, and really focus on the happy potential future that is there for you as related to the Nine of Pentacles, your independence, your personal abundance and success.